Welcome back into another edition of Warchant TV. We're right out front of the practice fields here on the campus of Florida State University. I'm Aslan Hajavani alongside Corey Clark, senior writer for Warchant.com. Day 2 of spring football in the books. Can we start developing some trends after 2 practices, Corey?
Man, I don't know if we can do that. I will say that, a couple of people that stood out to me, we were just talking about before we came on camera, this wonderful, beautiful camera. Awesome. Trey McKinney, the tight end.
Okay.
He made a couple of incredible one-handed catches. It is just a big physical dude that can really run. I mean, to me, he looks like he runs like a wide receiver. Listed as a tight end, but he's going to catch a lot of passes this year, I think, at least judging from the first 2 days of practice. And DJ Matthews, again, I know there's other stuff that we need to talk about. There's more important stuff than just wide receiver play. But that dude is electric with the ball in his hands.
He is. And, actually for tight ends, I was going to say Nasir Upshur. That was a guy that I know one of the message board insiders on the Tribal Council said during last season that he's a guy that's probably never going to do anything here. Things change quickly, it looks like. I mean, again, it's only 2 days of spring practice, but I've got clip after clip of him making catches. So to see him kind of come out here again and do that, that's kind of refreshing. Quarterbacks, to me, are up and down. I mean, they look good on some throws, and the other one's not so good. I'm not getting panicked, but I'm not ready to anoint anybody as a Heisman front runner or anything crazy like that, obviously.
No, and Francois was out here and threw some, but didn't compete a lot in the team stuff. Kind of did some work by himself while they were doing 11 on 11 at the end of practice. And then Bailey Hockman, was going to, I would say out of the two, Blackman's looked better than Hockman, but, what are you going to do?
Yeah, they're piecing stuff together, too. Also, some really serious injury news here. Nooney Murray, Naquan Murray is going to be out for spring.
Right.
Towards, damage.
A slight tear in his meniscus. Willie Taggart said it was a slight tear, yeah.
And also Bavion Johnson, everybody's savior at the center spot. Relax. He's probably going to be out for the remainder of spring, rather, if I could say it. His knee's obviously giving him some sort of problems. Willie said no timeline on him, but probably they're going to shut him down, I would imagine. But Willie says they'll have to do an evaluation on him. He was over working with the injured folks. So some guys filling in those positions, at least at wide receiver. We saw Ontario Wilson playing receiver, and I guess Deontay Sheffield.
Deontay Sheffield was at wide receiver. They both made some plays. They both looked good. So they moved out there. I don't know if that was happening already, to be honest with you. I guess I should have looked on Wednesday before Naquan got hurt. But I don't know that if that was necessitated by Naquan's move or if they were already planning on working there. But yeah, they both look pretty good to me. I mean, they're fast athletes that Florida State signed.
Yeah. And defensively, I think Jaden Woodby was actually running with the ones for a little bit.
So. A good portion of the ones. Had a pick six in one of the matchup drills that they did. Had a pick six. Also got beat for a couple plays, but that's going to happen. It wasn't all great, but he's a true freshman. And then also, man, I don't know how to pronounce his name. Yeah, he had a pick six, Dontavius Jackson. And then Derek Brooks' kid. Declan or
DeCalen. Somebody put it on the YouTube page.
It's DeCalen.
DeCalen.
Okay, well, DeCalen, man, is running with the ones and is making plays. He is a small dude. His dad wasn't that big, but he's bigger than him. But he's a small dude, but he's really stood out to me and made a few. And again, they're not even wearing pads right now, so it's all with a grain of salt. But he's running with the ones and he's making plays, man. He gets in the backfield. He reads things well. Maybe he's going to end up actually being a player.
Right. And then last thing, touching back on quarterbacks. I mean, not to read too much into body language, but when you talk about DeAndre Francois, there's a certain tone and tenor that Willie Taggart has in his voice, and then when he talks about James Blackman, it's different.
Well, sure, yeah, you can tell which one's like, maybe the teacher's pet right now, which is the one that the teacher is still trying to reach. But again, he's going to play whoever gives him the best chance to win, and we'll know for sure who that's going to be in August. Nothing's settled right now. And Francois really wants to win that job, so we'll see if he can. But August is going to be really interesting because I think it really will be a battle.
Speaking of interesting, column coming from you forthcoming? Any
I think
content?
I'll do some observations.
Okay.
Mostly about the playlist again. It was much different than today. No
much
country.
Better.
Much better. No
much
country.
Better.
And a little insight as they played all 3 acts that are going to be at the spring game. After the spring game, you got Vanilla Ice, Rob Bass, and Salt and Pepper close the show.
These observations.
That's what you pay for, guys.
Priceless.
That's what you pay for.
He's Corey Aslan. That's a wrap on day 2. We'll talk to you later.